Alrighty, so I have basically one final rock that I can carve this season. This is my basket of rocks, and a lot of them are just really small or huge, and I just don't like them. Some of them are a funny shape. Oh, I like this one's kind of funny. It's like completely square. What I don't know what to do with that, but it's square. So, and some of them are a bad texture, like they are a bad kind of rock. Like whatever kind of rock they are, I don't want to carve them because they seem like not good. So this guy has some kind of sediment on the back. I'm just gonna like scrape it off by carving it. And I'm gonna do something completely politically incorrect. I can't possibly be worried about following every single one of YouTube's arbitrary rules. And I probably can't even talk about it because they'll like come after me or something. I don't know. Probably not. I mean, probably not. I'm gonna carve a funny middle finger because I have carved into a couple rocks a middle finger because I thought it was funny. It's a funny thing to find on a rock. And it sits on my shelf. It was just for me, but it's just one dimensional. Just like if you drew a hand, you know? So this guy is kind of upright. So it seems like kind of a good hand shape. And I'm basically gonna use my grittiest bits. And I'm probably gonna stick with probably like this, I'm thinking. So, have you all seen those, like this is how they show you makeup tutorials? None of the people watching my channel have probably ever watched a makeup tutorial, but I don't know. Where they'll like hold up like brushes and products against the screen, and now it's like a funny thing that the internet finds hilarious that other people will do that. So like I've seen one that was like about like carving pumpkins or something, and someone's like holding up a knife like against their hand. It's just very funny. And I don't know, I do it because it's easier to like for my camera to focus on. So cone shaped, I've really liked this one for blocking out rocks. It works really, really well. And again, those are my 60 grit bits. They're all really simple shapes versus the small ones I have came in a more like varied shapes and stuff. These are all pretty blocky, pretty simple, which is fine, honestly. I'm totally fine with it. So goggles, respirator, you know the drill, everybody. All this stuff is in the description below. My rotary tool, Dremel flex shaft. I always wear ear protection because I'm a baby. This is my rigged up water drip system. It's an old glass water dispenser that's broken. That's why I have it, and I got it for free. And I wedge it open and it drips into my tray. My water is so incredibly dirty because I just recycle my water through. So that is my politically incorrect thing. But yeah, it's just like a funny little sculpture that I've had the idea of, and I think you guys will appreciate it, especially if it turns out really cool. Like I'm gonna put it on my mantle and offend everyone who comes to my home or something. I feel like people who come to my home are probably already offended by the things I have. Like I have an embroidery on my wall. That's Louise Belcher from Bob's Burgers, and she says, "I will see you in hell." So I'm sure people are already like offended. So, like, what are you gonna do? Okay, people are either gonna be offended or not, and you can't do anything about it. So, you just gotta embrace who you are, and you know, I'm not trying to be mean to people. Okay, I'm not trying to like attack others. It's just things I find funny. Others probably find crude or not fun. That's not funny, or you know, like offensive words. Oh no, she said, or shit, which none of them are differentiated on YouTube anymore. So I can say like crap and heck and damn and hell and crap bag and banana hammock and other crude things, but I can't say, and that's disappointing. So maybe more of my swear words will become creative, like crap bag, hot hell, or something, or I don't know. We'll have to get creative, or they'll just be more bleeping, unfortunately. So, sorry. Just trying to semi-play by the rules, okay? Just like a little bit. So, if you want to support me, check out these links right here. You can totally click on them. Click on the links. I love it. So, Patreon, you can literally support me for like $5 a month, okay? You can find $5 and change on the street, okay? I'm just saying. Or my top tier is most expensive. I just realized my stupid is plugged in. Camera's plugged in. So there's probably weird noise for most of this video. I'm sorry. Anyway, you can support me there. I have stuff on my Etsy. Otherwise, literally just keep liking and watching, because that means like so much to me. It's really, really helpful. It's why I've gotten to this point. And when I hit maybe close to 2,000 subscribers, I am pretty close. Maybe like in the 1980s, 90s or so, I will do a live stream where, I don't know, I'll do something. If you got ideas, let me know. I don't really have any ideas because I don't like live streaming all that much. It feels awkward. But maybe I'll do a cool wood burn or I'll carve something. I don't know. So yeah, let's do this. I'll maybe do some voiceover over top of doing this so that we can just keep things moving. So that's the one bit I'm gonna use. Might switch to a pointier one. I like this one. Like this guy at some point, but we're just gonna play it by ear. When I'm taking away a lot of material, I don't just jam my bit like straight into it. I'll kind of do like a back and forth motion and kind of change directions, as well as do little circles when I'm trying to then smooth out any funny rough edges. So when working with a material that is so hard like rocks, you really got to be patient and let your bit do its job. Maybe you gotta turn up your speed a little bit. I usually carve on about 4, but if I'm taking away a lot of material, especially for a harder rock, I might turn up to like 5 or 6. Usually I don't go above 5. Just, I don't know, that's just preference. Like little circles works, and then sometimes I'll hold my bit really, really tight and I will move the rock against it, just as like it's just a technique of trying to really control if I'm really trying to get some detail, especially when you're trying to take away very specific areas and leave very specific areas. And that's how you get that contrast of like, you know, fingers curling, shadows underneath things, etc. You really got to be able to control what you're doing and leave the stone that needs to be there to form fingers or talons on an owl or around an eye socket or something, and take away just what you need. So that just comes with practice and with kind of finding a groove of what works for you, what techniques, back and forth, different directions, little circles. Moving your rock instead of just moving your bit is really, really helpful. Okay, so considering what this was, it was a good 1.5 inch, just oval rock with a bunch of sediment embedded into it. I'm pretty friggin' happy. I'll get you guys a really good close-up, and it's kind of wet still too. So I put a fingernail. Yeah, detail. It's just something kind of goofy and silly that I had thought of because I had done something like this, like too, and it's not deep, first of all, and it's very, very like flat, one-dimensional. So as I've gotten better and upgraded, trying to do more 3D stuff, you know, fingers, and then you got some veins, you know, like the lines in your hand, and 5 fingers. Heck yeah. So I'm pretty pleased with that. It's pretty little because that's kind of my MO at this point of how I carve rocks especially. Yeah, pretty fun. I'm very dusty, but it's worth it to have something like that turn out and be like, that's pretty cool. It kind of basically turned out how I imagined and I wanted it to. And I just used my own hand as a reference. So, you know, that's an easy thing to reference. Otherwise, you know, look up pictures of hands on the internet. I hope you guys think this is kind of funny and unique. I mean, how many other people are carving middle fingers out there? Like, I don't know of them. At least maybe not in tiny rocks, okay? Like maybe in wood carvings or whatever. I feel like you guys will definitely appreciate this kind of goofy, snarky rock carving. All the things that I use are in the description below, and if you want to support me, all the links are there, as well as like direct links up here, like my Etsy store. Check that out if you like wood burnings, or I do have some funny little rock sculptures. So I do really appreciate the heck out of you guys. It means a lot to me that people tune in and like my weird projects. Keep carving, keep being weird, and I will see you guys next week.